Right after the storm ended, strange sounds started echoing across the countryside, and tonight, we're heading out to discover what dangerous creatures are hiding in the darkness after the rain. I'm currently walking along a narrow trail leading into the exploration area. At first, only small and harmless insects appeared, but the farther we go, the more dangerous and fascinating the creatures become. Near the edge of the water, I spotted something strange drifting toward the shore. It kind of looked like a beetle, but it had no legs and almost resembled a soft-bodied creature. Honestly, it doesn't look like anything I've ever seen before. If you know what species this might be, let me know down in the comments. A little farther ahead, I spotted a light brown moth resting quietly nearby. Its soft wing colors help it blend perfectly into tree bark and dead leaves, making it difficult for predators to notice. Most moths are active at night and are naturally attracted to light and dark environments like this. Hidden inside a cluster of banana trees, I unexpectedly found a duck. It was all alone out here, so maybe it got separated from its group, but the moment I tried getting closer, it quickly ran away. What a shame, that little duck was seriously adorable. Under the dark leaves, I spotted a dragonfly resting silently in the night. I slowly moved closer, but before I could even react, it vanished into the darkness in an instant. Night creatures really are far more alert than I expected. And the seventh creature I found tonight was a wolf spider. It looked like it was hunting for prey. Unlike web-building spiders, wolf spiders actively chase and ambush their targets using their speed and sharp eyesight. They're fast, aggressive hunters that mostly come out at night. And while I was busy talking nonsense, I accidentally let it escape. Right after that, beneath the wet grass, I discovered a pair of snails doing their thing. Snails are hermaphrodites, meaning both individuals can lay eggs after mating. They usually bury their eggs in soft, damp soil where the babies can safely develop. Alright, you two, I won't disturb you anymore. Sorry for interrupting. I'll give your private moment back now, haha. And this is the 11th creature I've discovered tonight, a frog. As darkness takes over, frogs become highly active hunters, silently waiting for insects to move before striking with incredible speed. Their powerful hind legs allow explosive jumps, while their sticky tongues can capture prey in a fraction of a second. In wet environments, after heavy rain like this, frogs thrive, and the moment I moved the camera a little closer, it instantly jumped away. Night creatures out here are incredibly alert and react in just a split second. When I reached a small tree, I discovered dozens of plant bugs covering the leaves and feeding on them. These insects survive by piercing the plant surface and sucking out nutrients. Their small size and green colors help them blend perfectly into the leaves, making them difficult to notice unless you look closely. Hidden inside a small bush, I discovered a Rana limnicaris, a species from the Ranidae family. These frogs are much smaller than common frogs and are easy to recognize by their slim bodies, smooth skin, and brown patterns that help them blend into muddy ground and wet grass. Their long legs allow them to jump surprisingly fast when threatened. The deeper I ventured into this dark countryside, the more the atmosphere began to change. And that's when the truly dangerous creatures started revealing themselves from the darkness. Hidden deep inside the thick bushes, I spotted a skink. You really have to look carefully to notice them because their camouflage is incredibly effective. I'll leave the image on screen for a moment so you can try to spot it. I actually found a similar skink in my previous video, so if you want a closer look, you can check that episode out too. But right now, in the darkness, I'm not sure I can catch this one. They move extremely fast and can even drop their tails to distract predators before escaping. On a small branch, I discovered a strange light brown cocoon. I honestly have no idea what kind of creature is hiding inside it. Maybe an insect or something even more unusual waiting to emerge. If you think you know what species this belongs to, leave your thoughts down in the comments. When I reached a small puddle, I discovered a tiny crab hiding near the water. These little crabs are extremely cautious and usually stay in wet, muddy areas where they can quickly hide from predators. Their hard shells act like armor, while their strong claws help them defend themselves and grab food. Most small crabs are scavengers, feeding on dead plants, insects, and tiny organisms around the water. And the moment I loosened my grip, it instantly ran away. Right after that, I spotted another crab hiding nearby. This time I decided to just observe quietly and not disturb it anymore. And nearby, I discovered a pair of apple snails that seemed to be cuddling together. Unlike land snails, apple snails are aquatic and spend most of their lives in ponds, rice fields, and slow-moving water. They have rounder shells, grow much larger, and can survive both underwater and at the surface by breathing air. These snails are also known for laying bright pink egg clusters above the waterline. Alright, lovebirds, I'll leave before I become the third wheel here, haha. Next, I ran into another little crab and a lonely snail quietly clinging to this tree trunk all by itself. Honestly, it's amazing how even a tiny puddle like this can be filled with so many fascinating creatures. I continued along the trail and spotted an Araneus diadematus, a spider known for the white cross-shaped markings on its back. It hunts by building large webs and waiting for insects to get trapped before quickly attacking. Luckily, this species isn't dangerous to humans. I moved closer to inspect the bushes when suddenly, oh my god, a Piascoros appeared! This species is an extremely fast and alert hunter, using its long muscular body to move quickly through grass and dense vegetation while chasing frogs, lizards, and rodents. You can see it constantly flicking its tongue in and out. That's how snakes collect scent particles from the air and send them to a special sensory organ inside the mouth to track prey and detect danger. During the breeding season, males actively search for females using scent trails, and after mating, the female lays eggs in warm hidden places like rotting logs or thick leaf litter. Thankfully, this species is non-venomous, but it can still bite hard if threatened bias. I decided to catch it so we could get a closer look, but the moment I reached for it, oh my god, the snake instantly lunged at me and bit down hard. You can see how powerful its bite is. It locked onto my hand and refused to let go. And only after I managed to secure its head did I finally feel a little safer. Up close, its entire body had a smooth golden shine reflecting under the flashlight. The long muscular body, glossy scales, and sharp eyes make this snake look both beautiful and intimidating at the same time. After observing it for a while, I released it back into the wild, but unexpectedly it suddenly turned and lunged toward me again, trying to attack one more time. Luckily, I was wearing protective gear, otherwise that second strike could have gone very badly. This snake is seriously aggressive when threatened anyway. Goodbye, little guy. Take a look at the bite marks it left behind. Small red punctures are already appearing, and the pain in this area is getting sharper by the second. Even though this snake isn't venomous, its bite force is powerful enough to cause deep wounds and serious infections, so please never try to handle wild snakes like this without proper training or protective equipment. One mistake in the dark can become extremely dangerous. Luckily, the wound doesn't seem too serious, so I can still continue exploring. But from this point on, I'm definitely going to be much more careful. Something was moving incredibly fast in this puddle. Wow, it's a leech! Leeches are blood-feeding creatures that thrive in wet environments after heavy rain like this. They use powerful suction cups to attach to animals and release substances that stop blood from clotting while feeding. What makes leeches even more fascinating is how incredibly resilient they are. Some species can survive for months without feeding, recover from severe injuries, and adapt to harsh environments surprisingly well, almost making them seem immortal in the wild. While I was walking, something suddenly rushed straight toward me. It was a rice paddy snake. I quickly used my foot to pin it down before it disappeared into the grass. This one still looks pretty young and much smaller than the large one I found in a previous episode. Rice paddy snakes are fast-moving hunters that usually live near rice fields, ponds, and wet areas where they hunt frogs and small fish. And honestly, I must have some strange luck with this species because I keep running into them again and again. After observing it for a moment, I released it into the nearby water, and instantly it vanished before I even had the chance to say goodbye. The path was starting to become more overgrown, with thick plants covering almost every direction ahead. Honestly, I have no idea what might be waiting for us deeper in the darkness. After finally making it through that dense area, I ran into another skink. At this point, I don't know if I just have strange luck with them, or if I've started wandering into their territory. On the plants around me, I started spotting even more insects everywhere. Their numbers were honestly incredible. Many of these bugs feed directly on leaves, slowly damaging plants by chewing holes and draining nutrients. If their population grows too large, they can seriously harm crops and surrounding vegetation. Next, I came across a pair of slugs wrapped tightly around each other. Slugs move by slowly gliding on a layer of slime that helps protect their soft bodies from rough surfaces. Like snails, many slugs are hermaphrodites, meaning both individuals can reproduce after mating. They usually become much more active in wet conditions after rain like this. Haha, I think I seriously have some strange luck with couples doing that. This is probably the third or fourth pair I've run into tonight already. Continuing deeper into the darkness, I spotted another Piascoros hiding quietly on a tree branch. I carefully moved closer, but in the next seconds, it suddenly vanished so fast that I couldn't even react. After the heavy rain, you can see countless small streams of water flowing downhill through the landscape. This is how rainwater naturally redistributes itself, carrying nutrients, soil, and organic matter across the environment. In places like this, these temporary water channels also become active pathways for many small creatures searching for food and shelter after the storm. Wow, look what we just found. This is the larva of an Attacus atlas, one of the largest moth species in the world. During the larval stage, these caterpillars spend most of their time eating leaves and storing energy for their transformation. But once fully grown, they become atlas moths with enormous wings that can reach over 25 centimeters wide. Their giant wings and snake-like wing patterns make them one of the most incredible insects in the rainforest. In its larval stage, the Attacus atlas has a huge, thick body with a pale green color covered in soft, fleshy spikes that look sharp but are actually harmless. Its body is also coated with a fine white powdery layer used for protection against predators, and luckily this caterpillar is completely safe to handle, so I can comfortably hold it with my bare hands. After observing it for a while, I gently placed it back where I found it. Hopefully one day we'll meet again when you've fully grown into the giant atlas moth. Right after that, I spotted a dragonfly with striking bright blue eyes. Dragonflies are incredible aerial hunters, using their large compound eyes to detect movement from almost every direction. Their lightweight bodies and powerful wings allow them to fly with amazing speed and precision while hunting insects in midair. And somehow right after that I ran into another dragonfly. At this point I'm starting to think they're secretly following me around tonight, haha. You can really see how powerful a heavy storm can be. Earlier there used to be a small path here that people could walk through, but after the rain the soil collapsed and the entire trail was washed away. Nature can change the landscape in just a single storm. I had to move carefully step by step through the slippery mud and loose soil. One wrong step out here could easily send me slipping down. After moving for a while, I reached a small pool with a tiny stream flowing into it. Wow, there are so many little fish gathered here. Fish are naturally drawn to moving water because flowing currents constantly bring fresh oxygen into the water, making it much easier for them to breathe and stay active. The current also carries tiny insects, algae, and organic matter downstream, creating a steady food source. And compared to still water, places with flowing water are usually cooler and cleaner, which helps many small fish avoid low oxygen conditions after heavy rain. Right next to it, I discovered a slightly bigger waterfall. And wow, there was one pretty large fish here. Haha, it looked so scared of me that it even flopped up onto the shore trying to escape. Luckily, after struggling around for a moment, it managed to get back into the water safely. Nature is honestly amazing. Even small puddles and tiny streams like these can be filled with fascinating little creatures in unexpected moments. After passing through that area, I suddenly ran into 2 stag beetles. These beetles are easy to recognize by their large horn-like jaws, especially on the males. They use these powerful mandibles to fight rivals and defend territory. Despite their intimidating appearance, stag beetles are usually harmless to humans and mostly feed on tree sap and rotting fruit. On a large tree, I discovered something really fascinating, a cerambyx certo, also known as a giant longhorn beetle. This species is famous for its extremely long antennae, which can grow even longer than its body. It's called a longhorn beetle, or bossentok, because of its extremely long antennae that look almost like long strands of hair extending from its head. In some species, the antennae can even grow longer than the entire body, helping them sense vibrations, smells, and locate mates in the dark. These beetles spend much of their lives around old trees, and their larvae can live inside wood for years before becoming adults. During mating season, males use their antennae to detect females through scent signals, then compete with other males for the chance to reproduce. And when I looked up, I spotted a stick insect hidden among the branches. Honestly, you'd have to look very carefully to even notice it. Its entire body looks almost exactly like a dry twig, allowing it to blend nearly perfectly into the tree. Stick insects rely heavily on camouflage to survive, often staying completely motionless for hours to avoid predators. Some species can even grow to over 30 centimeters long, making them some of the largest insects in the world. Next, I came across a strange-looking moth with dark black spots covering its wings. Its unusual patterns make it look a little creepy, but those markings actually help confuse predators and break up its shape in the darkness. Oh wow, another stick insect! At this point, they're starting to appear everywhere tonight. Under the leaves, I discovered a toad quietly waiting in the darkness. Toads are nocturnal hunters, becoming most active at night when the air is cooler and wetter. They usually stay hidden and wait patiently for insects or small prey to move close before striking with their sticky tongues in an instant. And right on the branch above, I spotted another Rhinolimnicaris. It was sitting completely still, probably waiting for prey to come closer. Alright, little buddy, don't worry, I won't disturb your hunt. Something was sparkling in the darkness, so I quickly moved closer to check it out. Wow, it's a beetle. Its colors look absolutely incredible, reflecting the light and glowing beautifully in the night. Nature always finds a way to surprise us with fascinating creatures like this. And honestly, I don't even know what species this is. Something is moving beneath the leaves. Before we find out what's hiding under those leaves, let's take a look at this couple stuck together over here first. Haha! Unfortunately, my camera suddenly got blurry at the worst possible moment, so I couldn't capture it clearly. I'm pretty sure many of you probably haven't seen like this before either. Now let's finally see what was hiding beneath those leaves. Wow, it's another strange caterpillar. Judging by its appearance, this is probably the larval stage of a large moth or butterfly waiting for the day it transforms into something completely different. As I reached this area, I discovered a plant with incredibly bright red flowers glowing in the darkness. It really stood out against the night around it. Have you ever seen a plant like this before? Let me know down in the comments. I've reached an abandoned area completely swallowed by thick overgrown plants. The houses here are dark, broken, and eerily silent, like no one has stepped foot here for years. Honestly, the atmosphere feels so unsettling that I'm not even sure if going inside is a good idea. There's an old well here that still has water inside, but the entire area around it has been completely overgrown with weeds and thick plants. In the darkness, it makes this abandoned place feel even more eerie. And in this abandoned place, the only creatures I managed to find were this little caterpillar and this moth hiding in the darkness. A little farther ahead, I discovered a massive abandoned factory that looked like it had been left untouched for years. The area around it was dark, overgrown, and almost completely swallowed by nature, and honestly, that gave me a crazy idea. What if I start exploring abandoned places like this in future episodes? If you like this idea, leave a comment and let me know. And if enough people support it, I'll do a full abandoned building exploration in the next episode. And just like that, tonight's exploration comes to an end. From dangerous snakes to strange creatures hidden in the darkness, this countryside after the storm was filled with surprises at every step, but honestly, I feel like tonight was only the beginning. That abandoned factory behind me still feels like it's hiding something much bigger inside. Maybe in the next episode, we'll finally go in and explore it. If you enjoyed this adventure, don't forget to like and subscribe so you won't miss what happens next. And thank you so much for staying with me until the very end of the video. I'll see you again this exploration journey